Hi, welcome to Freezer Meals 101.
Hello, nice to see you again.
I'm Charla.
And I'm Christy.
And we are so excited because today we're going to do something that we've wanted to do with you for a while. We've been talking about it and working behind the scenes, so this is really exciting. You can cook with us and go as we go. We're going to not speed things up as much, and more importantly, we have created something for you, and for a limited time, it's free. So go to the description below and you can grab the PDF where you can grab the recipes, the shopping list, the prep list, everything that you need.
And labels. You have labels, like people.
You can print your labels, which is, people ask us about labels all the time. So for these recipes, you can print those labels. We've made it so that you can make 2 of each of these recipes. You will end up with 10 meals. It's gonna be awesome.
And it feels so good to have those 10 meals in your freezer. And they are delicious. You are gonna love the ones that we picked for you for this package deal.
Totally, and we picked like variety. So it's not all chicken, not all ground beef, all of that. It's lots of variety. Really good, like family favorite type of meals, and they're very tried and true. These are ones that we've made over and over, frozen, heated, eaten, and we love them.
It's true. They really are the best of the best. So this is the one that you want to tune into for starters.
So when we do the filming, just a quick, housekeeping tip here is we're making 2, but we're gonna make one this way, and then we'll do one like overhead just to give you like the different views. That's just kind of a filming behind the scenes, but we are also making 2 here, and you'll just see, like I said, it'll look like we're making one. You'll see that we're making 2, and I don't know if I have anything else to say.
No, other than it's nice to be in your kitchen again. The
That's
last time
awesome.
I did a video, I was in my own kitchen by myself, so I was so lonely without my Charla because she was away at a conference, and it was tough without her. So I'm just so glad to be back here in her kitchen with my friend, and we're already having a great time. And no, we are not drinking wine. We just really enjoy each other's company that much.
It's so much more fun to do this with a friend. So if you have a friend, you can double the double, so you can end up with 2 each if you want. We're just doing the 2 today, so we're gonna end up with 1 each of the recipes, but we've got freezer meals already in our freezers, so we're set.
And I know what you're thinking. Hold up, I'm just watching this. I have to go get my groceries. You can pause it and go to the store and do your prep. Or you can download it, get your shopping list, and come back and see us in a few minutes whenever you're ready, because we'll be here for a while. But download it now, get the PDF, it's all there, it's everything that you need, and then come and cook with us.
This is gonna be so much fun because you can be assembling yours as we do ours. And so if you don't have a friend to do this with, consider us your friends. And consider—
We'll be your friend. We love more friends.
Yes.
Friends is good.
So we will do this with you in your kitchen. So first recipe that we are going to make is egg roll in a bowl. We are going to put 1.5 pounds of ground pork or Italian sausage. Now we prepped that already, so we browned our Italian sausage.
And you'll have prepped it already because you got the PDF that has all of the stuff in it and the prep. So you're ready to go with us, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do 1 cup of onion, and already diced because again, we prepped everything just like you've done. So for your ground beef or your ground sausage, 1 pound is 2 1/3 cups. Is that right, or is it 2 2/3?
2 1/3.
2 1/3.
That's a bit of a generous
So
one.
for this one, it's 1.5 pounds. So we're just, it's obviously—
I'm doing math on the fly, you know.
Here we go.
I'm
But
gonna call
for
that
your ground beef recipes, you're gonna think the same thing. And then yeah, you've got your 1 cup of onion. Now for the garlic, we cheat a little bit and we use this pre-minced garlic. Works really well, saves time, and we're all about saving the time.
We are all about saving the time. You can get this guy at Costco for under $10. And you know what? Minced garlic is minced garlic. If you want to be fancy and do your own garlic, that's fine. This calls for 4 cloves of minced garlic. Oh yeah, it does. And so that's four. Sure, that's a generous four.
And then we're gonna do a bag of the coleslaw mix. So this is really easy. We've been asked a lot how coleslaw heats up after it's been frozen, and it's lovely. This is a great recipe. Works
Yeah, it is.
super well. We have another coleslaw recipe that's like a cabbage casserole thing. It's not coleslaw, but cabbage, and it heats well.
And for the sake of speed, we're buying our coleslaw. We're not. This is 16 ounces, and so for the sake of speed, we're doing it. But if you have a really good coleslaw that you want to make your own, and you have like a bunch of cabbage in your garden, go ahead and make your own coleslaw. There's nothing that says that you can't.
Now we're doing half a cup of shredded carrots. Now for the shredded carrots, today I found these matchstick carrots that we don't have to shred because they are already in little matchsticks. So we're gonna use that because again, time and all that.
It calls for half a cup. Yeah, it's half a cup.
That seems good. And then we're doing some onion powder. This one there.
My apologies, it's gonna get a little noisy here.
So half a teaspoon.
We should have taken all our lids off.
Oh yeah, that would have
Ahead of time.
expedited. Oh well.
And it would have been so noisy. That's okay.
And then some red pepper flakes.
Charlotte likes red pepper flakes so much that she has one of these kinds at her house because it goes on everything. Like, I don't know if I've seen you eat any food at your house that she has not put red pepper flakes on.
Yeah, we go through a lot of red pepper flakes in this house, not just in the recipes, but on the recipes later. 1
to 2 teaspoons of ginger. We like to use, again, for the purpose of speediness, we like to use the prepared ginger. And 1 to 2 teaspoons. What do you say?
Yep, that looks about good.
Looks good to me.
1/4 cup soy sauce.
Do you want to talk about the soy sauce?
Oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so the first time that we made this recipe, loved it, but it was too salty. So I adapted the recipe. So the recipe that you have in your PDF is the adapted recipe. So it already is way less salty than the original one that we did. But if you want to make it even less salty, you do what we're doing today, which is use low sodium soy sauce. So that is, maybe we'll put that in the shopping list. Low sodium soy sauce.
Low sodium soy sauce. And I'll put it like a big star beside it that says, this is important that this is low sodium soy sauce.
Because this recipe is so delicious, but you don't want it to be too salty. No. So now we're doing 2 tablespoons of sesame oil.
And I'll point out, I am putting all of these directly in the bag because we're going to squish it up really well and mix it all in together really, really well. But alternatively, I could have put it in a bowl and mixed all these together and then put them all in here together. Either way is okay.
For the corn chowder that we do later, we do always mix it in a bowl because we find that, because it does have cream of soup in it, and so it just doesn't mix as well if it's in the bag. So we always do corn chowder in a bowl. But for all the rest of our, actually 98% of our recipes, we throw everything directly in the bag, less dishes, which I'm a big fan of, and just easier, faster.
Okay, now for the exciting part, the mixing. Do you want to give it a turn?
I'm good.
You're just standing there talking.
I am just standing here.
All right. Does that look, do you feel good about that?
Looks great. Looks fantastic.
Right. Very important part.
Yeah.
Squishy, 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 squishy.
You've got to get all that air out of the bag. And if you've watched our channel before, if you haven't, go and hit that subscribe button because we've got great stuff for you. But if you've watched our channel before, then you know that when it comes to freezer cooking, air is the enemy. I know I harp on that, but it's so true. That's what causes your freezer burn.
Labels!
So you can take the PDF and you can buy the printable stickery label things, either from Staples or there's an Avery one. And
we use Avery size 8163/5163. It's their shipping label, 2 inches by 4 inches. But we buy the Staples version because it's a little bit cheaper and I can buy a big box of them because we go through a lot of labels at this house, in our houses. And voila, egg roll in a bowl.
There we go, folks. We have one meal made, which means that you have 2 meals done for your freezer, and you are off to an awesome start. Way to go. Let's get on to the next one.
Okay, we are ready for our second of 5 freezer meals that we're putting together today, but we're making 2 of them, so we're gonna have 10 at the end of the day. Yay! And so are you, because you are cooking along with us today, and we are so excited about that. So as you can see, we swapped. Charlotte is going to assemble, and I am going to do the talking this time. And look what else I got. Oh, a spatula! Because
I know.
people comment that Charlotte doesn't use spatulas a lot, and honestly, there's a little W on it. This is mine. It's been at her house, and she doesn't even use it. That's okay.
True.
That's okay. So we are going to make spaghetti sauce. So if you need to pause the video, do it now. Get your stuff ready for the spaghetti sauce. Get your ground beef, your onions. Take your lids off your cans so that you can keep up with us, because we're on fire today. Are we on fire?
We're doing great.
I'm on fire. I'm on fire. One of us is on fire. I'm on fire.
We're doing great.
And she is going to assemble. And you're going to assemble along with us, okay?
Here we go.
Here we go. 1.5 pounds of ground beef. So it's 2.5 cups, no, 2 1/3 cups. To make 1.5, I like to do like 3 solid cups and then like a half of another or a mostly full of another. Does that seem
Yep.
like...
That seems about right.
We're doing math on the fly. You don't have to be exact here. And that's okay. It's spaghetti sauce. It's pretty forgiving as things go.
Now for this one, we're using actual ground beef. For the other one, we're using fake ground beef or veggie beef because I don't eat beef. So this is the vegetarian version and the meat version.
Yes, we're doing the meat version. I don't know what you're doing at home, but you just do you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Either.
We need a cup of onion chopped. So about a cup of onion is about the equivalent to 1 onion. Onions come in different sizes, so it's whatever. Half a green pepper chopped. And so I've got a full one in there. We're just doing half now.
Yep.
3 cloves of garlic minced. Our favorite thing ever.
Go.
2 14-ounce cans of tomato sauce. Will she use the spatula? We will.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna make me use it now? All right.
Everybody cheered. Yay!
I used a spatula. For those of you who think I'm spatula averse, which I am, but I just always forget to use it. There we go. I'm gonna
One
use
down,
spatula.
the other down. If you find that your bag is starting to get a little full and a little bit wobbly, it is okay to stop and re-jiggle things so that it sits a little more solidly.
Or
this
you
one
can-
gets pretty full.
Or you can put your bag in a container, like a juice jug or a plastic container, and fold it over, and that holds it up really solidly. Or you can get those bag clips. We don't love the bag clips, but yeah. Anyway, here you go.
1 can of tomato paste. This is where the spatula really shines. And so all these things that are going into the tomato sauce can all be substituted. When you're in the membership club, we have something called red sauce that you can only get if you're in the membership club. The link is down below. But it is the perfect mixture of your tomato sauce, your diced tomatoes, your tomato paste, and all of the spices that go along with it. So we're doing kind of a mini version here, but the real red sauce in the membership club. You should check it out. It's pretty fun over there.
It is. It's awesome.
14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Today we have a 28-ounce can, so we're gonna go halfers. Oh, look at those skills. You did really good.
All right.
A 1/4 cup of water.
Okay, I'm gonna do that last.
Okay, bay leaf.
Bay leaf.
2 tablespoons of parsley.
Yep. Oh, opening things on the camera. Yep, it's not exact, folks. There you go.
A teaspoon of melted honey or sugar. We're doing sugar today.
Oh, I forgot to grab it.
You forgot to what?
Grab it.
It's here.
Oh,
Remember we did the thing?
oh yeah, we talked about this. Okay. Sugar. You can do honey or sugar. I'm doing sugar today. My nice raw sugar. There you go. The sugar cuts the acidity in the tomatoes, so you don't have to have a sweetener, but it does cut the acidity of the
That's what the sugar is for.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see it in chilies, you see it in spaghetti sauces and barbecue sauce. That's what it's for. What do you have there?
thyme.
Thyme? Half a teaspoon of thyme. All of these are half teaspoon now. Half teaspoon thyme, half teaspoon of oregano. When I was a kid, I'd only ever seen oregano. I'd never heard the word, so I called it oregano.
That's fair.
So, in case you're new here, it's oregano. And half a teaspoon of basil.
Ooh.
Or if you're fancy, it could be basil. But I always think that's like the little black fluffy dog.
There you go.
I had a friend who had a dog named Basil.
Salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
Okay, salt and pepper. See, because I had the ingredients set out for this, then I kind of knew what to expect. So it does save time if you set your ingredients out first, and then add the water last.
Add the water. I forgot. She remembered.
No, you told me to, but I wanted to add it last. So
That's fair.
we're good. Again, we're gonna take out the excess air. We're gonna squish it all together so that it makes nice, lovely spaghetti sauce. And then on the day that you serve this, you can take it out to thaw. You can cook it in the slow cooker, in the skillet, whatever, however you cook.
Usually I just put it in a medium-sized pot and heat it through and let the onions cook a little bit, and then it's good to go. It's really easy and it is delicious. When we first started doing freezer meals, Charlotte one day asked me, what do you think about doing a spaghetti sauce or something? And I'm like, why would you make spaghetti sauce? Like, why wouldn't you just open up a can and dump it on? And she brought it up and I'm like, no, we're good. So then the next time, why don't we do a spaghetti sauce? I'm like, fine, we'll do the spaghetti sauce. Well, she made me a believer. This is really good spaghetti sauce.
So much better than opening a can of Prego. No offense to Prego.
And I mean, there's time and a place for Prego. We use it, don't get me wrong.
But this is like
It is really
so
nice.
much better. It's homemade and you can really taste that it's homemade.
Do you know what's really funny? That's what I took out for supper tonight.
Ooh, do you want to throw me a label?
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, I did. That's
So-
what I took out.
This is beautiful spaghetti sauce. And if you're cooking along with us, then you've got 2 more meals.
Way to
High
go.
five.
Oh, that's cute. Should we high five each other? We have 2 more meals.
Ooh, high five. Okay.
Awesome.
On to the next. Okay, so the next recipe we're going to do is ground beef stroganoff. And the reason that we're doing ground beef stroganoff next is because, we love it. But also because when you're doing freezer meals, it's so much faster if you do like proteins at the same time. So if you do all of your ground beef meals together, all of your chicken meals together, if you're working with one protein, it just goes faster. And this one actually uses like the onions, the chopped onions that we just used, the garlic, the parsley and the pepper. So we have some of the same ingredients that we could leave out. It just makes sense to do this one next. So we are doing the ground beef stroganoff and you are doing the ground beef stroganoff. It is so much more fun to cook with you guys.
Yes, it is.
All right, so we are putting together ground beef. This time it's just 1 pound, so that is 2 1/3 cups. And then half a cup of the onion that is chopped. And after this recipe, that might be all of our chopped onion and the rest are minced. We'll see.
The rest is minced.
And we've already prepped our mushrooms ahead, which you have also already prepped your mushrooms ahead. So we're going to do...
This is the only thing we need mushrooms for. And it says a 1/4 cup of mushrooms, but we're always generous with our mushrooms.
Yeah, we're generous
because
with our mushrooms. Because it's better.
it is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
More than 1/4 cup. That's okay.
It's all good. And then, you left me this word to say. What do you have?
Oh, I thought you were going to say mushroom soup and I left it off camera, but
No.
are you ready for it? We're going to say it. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. We're not sure
How
how
do
to
we do
say
it?
it, but anyway, we're trying. We're really working on
And
this.
a lot of people in the comments have a lot of opinions about how we say it, but we're trying, so stick with us. Worcestershire sauce.
Worcestershire. We're working on it. So we're doing
How much?
1 tablespoon of Worcestershire.
I still like
sauce.
rooster sauce. That was my favorite.
That was pretty fun. But then we got a lot of comments about what the heck is rooster sauce. So, and then we're doing a can of cream mushroom soup and half a cup of sour cream, which we've already measured out. Obviously, it makes things go faster too if you measure things out ahead, but you don't have to like have things super organized. I always say done is better than perfect. So however you do this, you're gonna end up with meals. You're gonna be so thankful to have them in your freezer. You're gonna have one of those days where you're just like, oh, I don't wanna make supper. And then you think, I don't have to.
Get a load of this. I love that thing.
The fancy measuring cup that you can just push the thing out. We only use it for peanut butter and sour cream.
And honey.
Oh yeah. Okay. That's it, honey.
And yes, that's about
parsley. Half a teaspoon of parsley and a dash of pepper. Now, I will say that when I serve this, I always serve it over egg noodles, and I always add some red pepper flakes, which we established already that I do to most meals.
Shocked.
But I do add that. So, we're losing our bag there.
Okay.
And that's it.
That's
Just
it.
like that, we got another 2 meals done. So, woohoo!
All right. Are you ready to sticker me?
I'm ready.
All right. Oh, and my kids are gonna be so happy. It's honestly, it really is the family favorite. My kids are 12 and 14 now. They can make this. It's so easy. You can do it in your slow cooker or just getting it warm enough on the skillet. So something else to point out though, for the day of, thank you, my lady. For the day of, you're gonna want to add another half cup of sour cream.
Oh yes, definitely.
Just to give it a little bit more zip and zest right before you serve it. And so, you know, in the last 20 minutes kind of thing, throw another half cup in there. And you know what? If you don't have any that day, it's okay.
Yeah.
It'll still be good.
It's gonna be delicious no matter what. And I will tell you, ooh, I can even put a little video overlay over this part because I just made this. But another way that I use my stroganoff is I roll it in crepes and bake it in the oven with a little bit of melted butter on top. Yes, and I just made it the other day with a freezer meal ground beef stroganoff.
I didn't even know this about
And
it.
then I had
How are we even friends?
I had leftover crepes from Mother's Day, and you just take, I've been making it for years. You just take the ground beef stroganoff mixture, you put it in your crepes, you roll it up, and you just bake it just at 350 for like, I don't even know, like 15 minutes, if that. You don't have to heat the stroganoff mixture first. And yeah, a little bit of melted butter so your crepes don't get too brown. Or too crisp, I guess is the word. And it's amazing. Savory
I'm going to
crepes.
your house for Mother's Day next year. That sounds delicious.
I know, it's awesome.
You have a crepe maker, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
She has a crepe maker. She's so awesome. I don't
My
have a
dad
crepe
is
maker.
French, so crepes are kind of staple.
Yeah, that's fair. Awesome. And you have 2 more freezer meals in your stack.
And look how much variety you've got already. It's awesome.
Awesome.
Okay, let's go. What are we doing next?
Well, another one of these.
Oh yeah. And then we're
We have
gonna
either
move-
corn chowder or cilantro lime. I think for posterity's sake, we have to do corn chowder last because we
always do corn chowder last. Yes, so we're gonna do cilantro lime. So we're gonna do cilantro lime chicken next.
Now that is in your freezer, we're going to go on to cilantro lime chicken. And do you know what Charla says every time we make this?
It's true. This is such a pretty one. But it is!
It's so pretty!
Guys, it is! When you see it, you're gonna know
You'll
that
see.
I was not lying. This is truly so pretty.
It's so pretty. So we're starting out with our chicken. It's already cut up and it's in the bag because you have already done your prep, right? Your chicken is cut up and it's in the bag. Okay, we have 3 large chicken breasts, boneless, skinless, cubed. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Oh, look at that, she's free pouring. This is how the professionals do it. 2 tablespoons of lime juice.
Oh, just one. Is it?
No,
Yeah.
1 lime juiced is 2 tablespoons.
All right, there. 1, 2.
1 cup of cilantro chopped, and this is exactly 1 cup. You have to take it to the bank.
Ooh, see how it's starting to get pretty? Because now we've got some greenery in there.
Anytime there is color in our freezer meals, she's like, it's so pretty, and the prettier it is, the more nutritious it is. And she's totally right. But
It's true.
she's so cute. Okay, 2 garlic cloves, minced.
Lovely.
Don't you feel like we're at like the news anchor and the chef on the morning news show when they're putting stuff together?
Totally.
When they have the celebrity chef come in? 19-ounce can of black beans, rinsed and drained, which we already rinsed and drained, and then just put back in here, because why dirty another bowl, right?
Yep. Here we go.
Same thing for the kernel corn, rinsed and drained, although you could use frozen if that's what you have.
Yes. And sometimes it's cheaper. You can kind of, suss that out at the grocery store, but sometimes it's cheaper.
Purple onion, minced.
All right. So 1 cup is about 1 purple.
Another color. Nutritious.
That's right.
A teaspoon of chipotle spice.
Okay, I will actually measure this.
And then salt and pepper.
Put a little extra. Just because.
Just cause.
Okay. Now.
For her favorite part. It's my favorite part. Maybe it isn't even your favorite part. Maybe it's just because it's my favorite part.
Please squish. Oh, do you see how pretty it's getting?
Good squishing.
Very talented. I have a lot of practice. Okay.
We've gotten to the giddy portion of today's freezer meal extravaganza.
Oh, if you're doing this with us, make sure to drink some water.
Water.
And have good runners on so your feet don't get sore.
We're telling them too late. We should have told them early, but we have our runners on.
Yes, we do. And if you want to keep your energy high and make this go faster, play some music. Have a really good playlist going.
We're not doing the music today because we're filming, but normally it's banging in here.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh, let me get your
The
sticker.
only thing that would make this better is if it had some red in it. But look at how beautiful that is.
It's so true. It's totally true. It's gorge. All right. Ta-da!
Oh, that's
it's
corn
chowder. I almost marred the beautiful cilantro lime chicken freezer meal.
There we go. Lovely. And if you're still with us and you're still cooking, you are doing amazing.
Great job. We're glad you're here.
So the last recipe that we are making is corn chowder. We have been doing this forever, 10 plus years.
Forever. And it is the ultimate comfort food.
It's great.
It really is good. And it's easy, and it's rare that we don't make it. We almost always, maybe the last couple of times we haven't for our big sessions, but also it's one of those things that you kind of have all the ingredients for at home, and it's easy to throw together if you don't have it in the freezer. But we are in the home stretch. This is our last recipe.
So are you. Yay!
Yay! Great job.
Okay, so we are doing half an onion. We're doing minced onion. And then we are doing some sweet corn, kernel corn basically, and some cream corn, and evaporated milk. Now, when you do freezer cooking, you don't want to use regular milk. You either want to use a heavy cream or evaporated milk. So we're doing evaporated milk today.
Milk itself will separate when it's been frozen and thawed again, but milk products tend to do really well. So the heavier the cream, the better it does. The evaporated milk is great. Sour cream is great. Whipping cream, awesome.
Yep.
I'm gonna make the swap here. So here's the thing about corn chowder. We almost always do it at the very end of the day, but we learned, it took us 5 years to learn this, that you do it at the end of day 1. And you'll see why at the end, but it gets very loose in the bag. And so keep going, but I'm gonna switch from the bag to the bowl and you will see why.
Yeah.
Because we had mentioned earlier, sometimes we usually do everything in the bag, but sometimes it makes sense to do it in the bowl and then transfer to the bag.
Now, normally we make 4 times of this recipe and we have this massive bowl. It is huge. It is, I'm gonna get it.
You get it.
See, I was not lying. Look
It's
how
huge.
big this bowl is. It's massive. So we make 4 times this recipe in this giant bowl. And
then we take this giant scoop, it's a 4-cupper, and scoop it into the bowl and into the bag. And I think we've worked it out that 2 of these plus a little extra is the perfect bag. So that's 8 cups of soup. That's a decent serving.
8 and a bit, yeah.
8 and a bit.
Probably 10.
Do you think it's that? No, I don't think it's that much. I think maybe we get another 3/4 or a cup.
Okay, so 9.
Yeah. It's a decent serving. You want to serve it with maybe some cornbread or biscuits or something.
Yep.
But it's delicious, and yes, we use this massive bowl and we use the giant scoop and we make it work. It's great. On to the liquid portion. What are we at?
So now you're going to do your cream of mushroom soup. Oh, your evaporated milk, which I talked about already, but.
Well, I've already got the soup in my
Sure.
hand. Look at me. Spatula.
Using our spatula, folks.
Gotta make sure you get it all out of there. You gotta be careful with your spatula though, because you can cut into the edge.
Oh, yeah.
On your
on a can.
On a can. Okay. Cream of mushroom soup and evaporated milk.
Yep. And then your chicken broth.
And then the best ingredient.
Bacon.
Bacon.
It's hard to go wrong with bacon. So you've already cooked your bacon because you did your prep.
And we've crumbled it.
Yep.
I did a bit of a chopped crumble. And it's 2 slices, so I'm doing a small handful.
Sure. Sounds good to me.
Okay. Maybe a little.
It's hard to go wrong with bacon.
I don't think you can over bacon this. All right. The soup is stirred in enough. And if you need a partner for this, sometimes it's better, but so you can hold it or
Yeah, I'll hold
I
it.
can do it.
I got it.
Alrighty, are we ready? We're gonna put the liquid into the bag, all in one go.
And you can see how liquidy that is. And so if you don't have somebody to hold up that bag, make sure that you put your bag in a juice jug or another container to hold it up, or a giant bowl, because otherwise this will leak, like go splat on your counter. And we've had it happen. So we're speaking from experience.
We know what we're talking about. And I'll tell you the reason why we do it at the end of day 1. I happen to have a stack of freezer meals behind us. And so I'm gonna bring them over here and I'm gonna show you what happens. They start to get pretty loosey-goosey after a while. You gotta be careful when you're freezing them.
Okay.
So what ends up happening, imagine this is inside your freezer and you have your little stack of meals here and you put your corn chowder on. And then you make spaghetti sauce and you put spaghetti sauce on top of it and it is not super stable and she all slides. So what we found works best is when you make your corn chowder, we do 2 days when we do our big sessions. You do it on day 1, so at the end of the day, this has a chance to freeze overnight.
Yes.
That's the biggest reason.
So these ones have already started freezing slightly during the day, and then when we put this on top, it's not super stable. It's like la 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 la, but it gets a chance to freeze overnight, and then the next day when we go to put something on top of it, it's solid.
Yes, And so it took us 5 years to figure that out because we always put it off. You have to open about 100 cans to do this one, and we always put it off until the end. And one day we just had a brainwave of, hey, there's a better way to do this.
That's right.
Yes.
So we figured it out.
I think we're done here.
We're done, which means
You're
done. So congratulations on getting your freezer stacked so you can relax. That's our little tagline. Anyway,
I forgot about it. Sorry.
but you have done so awesome. We're really proud of you. And this is just to show you guys how easy it can really be to have those freezers ready so you can make those days easier and you don't have to think about what to make.
That's right. The mental load has been my favorite part of freezer meals. That taking that weight off my shoulders of that 3 o'clock of, ooh, I didn't take anything out. What should I make tonight? There's something there. I don't have to think. I can just do it. And it is a huge relief.
So go down below to grab the link for the free PDF to be able to make this along with us if you haven't done that already. You can also find links down below for the recipes if you don't want to print off that PDF, although why wouldn't you want that? Because it's got the shopping list and the labels. And we will also put the link to the Freezer Meals 101 Club. We've got all the good things in the recipe, or we've got all the good things in the description below this video. And we're gonna pop a video right over there to one of our big marathon sessions so that you can see how we do this to get our family's meals done, both of our family's meals done 3 months at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Worcestershire.
Happy cooking.